great job yesterday of making the most of the first lap every day, and he has done so again today, hasn't he? So being kicked up, but very neat and tidy through Brundle and Nelson, all line astern as they go down through the bomb hole back towards Coram for the first time.
Yeah, you can see the chrome John Mickle car didn't get the start he wanted, and I think he's tucked up behind is that Miles Rudman, number 7, just ahead of him with the Dayglow yellow flashes on that black number 7 car.
He's up from 10th place. So
wow.
Opening lap, that's a good opening lap.
Went well for him, hasn't gone well for John Mickle. Well, it hasn't gone drastically wrong for him, but not what he wants. It is 83 from 79. Bump drafting they go, so Haraway just ahead of Marcus Pett, the pole sitter, the number 79 car, not making a move this time round. It is 21. Sean Smith up into 3rd place. Sean Smith arrived here 3rd in the championship. Miles Rudman, the leader of the championship, in 4th place. John Mickle, 2nd in the championship, in 5th place. Nathan Antin, that yellow number 29 Chavan. We love that Chavan, but it had a torrid day yesterday. So far, it's looking a little bit more healthy for it. So they'll hope that that will continue for the entirety of this race, but we're not sure how it will stand just yet, because we kept getting teased that it was okay yesterday. At the moment, it's actually challenging John Mickle now all over the back of that chrome number 4 car as they head towards the left-hand hairpin on the infield of Agostini. Oh, and that front, Miles Rudman is up into 3rd place, up ahead of the red and black number 21 of Sean Smith. Sean Smith trying to come back at him, and not able to do it there for the left-hand kick of Hamilton, but he's trying to take the speed through there. It is still Cy Haraway, number 83, the black car with the sort of Dayglow yellow and red flashes on the side of it, well, yellow flashes, red number, that has got the lead and trying to pull away from Marcus Pett at the moment, because Marcus Pett is having to worry more about his mirrors with the sort of hounding from the from the championship leader and 3rd place in the championship cars of Miles Rudman. Miles Rudman's got a good run down the Bentley straight, and he's going to have the inside line. In fact, all of them have suddenly swamped up our leader, and they're going to be all changed by the time they get down to Brundle and Nelson. 3 wide, 4 wide. No, they've gone single file, thankfully, by the time they get there.
This year is on another level, and also knows the importance of consistent point scoring. He was saying that's very much where he was very cool and calm and calculated when we were having a chat.
I'd say.
Yeah, you're right, and he's clearly got incredible pace from that car this year. The year is going very well, and now this weekend is going very well as well. Bear in mind, for the first race yesterday, he had to start from the pit lane there as a result of a penalty that carried over from Donington Park, and damage limitation in that first race was turned into quite a relative success, it's fair to say, and he's carried on that way.
And Jack Parker, we were talking earlier, we were a bit concerned that he didn't make it into qualifying this morning. He's out there and he's just passed John Mickle, the number 4 car, so up into 5th goes that blue and yellow, so blue car with the yellow fairings on it is up into 5th place, and if his pace from yesterday is going to carry into today, I don't think that's where he's going to stop. It's going to be so interesting. Miles Rudman was being bump drafted all the way down the straight by the red and black 21, Sean Smith, still happening on the infield. Small gap then is Cy Haraway, and it looks like Marcus Pett, the pole sitter, is going to look towards the inside, towards the left-hand hairpin of Agostini on the infield. Is he going to do it? We need to wait to the exit. Yes is the answer. So up into 3rd goes Marcus Pett, 79. Cy Haraway just behind him. There's Jack Parker with the blue with the yellow fairings, and all alone at the moment in 6th place now for the number 4 car of John Mickle. That car doesn't look like it's quite at the races today, and he's about to be challenged by another car that was supreme yesterday, the 57 car of Will Gibson. He was cracking as well, wasn't he?
Yeah, just to pick up on what you were saying about the multiple champion and reigning champion John Mickle, yeah, I got the feeling a bit down in the dumps at the end of yesterday, and maybe the pace is the same in the car today as it was yesterday, so therefore he's not able to mix it at the ultra sharp end of the grid, not really with the pace of the likes of a very quick weekend. Things are going well, the engine is running well, and the whole thing is going together.
he's under massive pressure coming in towards Murray's in that 6th place at the moment. The black and blue 57 car of Will Gibson all over the back of him. He was having some fabulous fights with Jack Parker yesterday. Talking to Jack Parker, he's in 3rd and he's reeled in this lead too. They're bump drafting. He's now sucking in up to the back of them as well, and he's now joined that fight. Oh, a little sneaky snifter towards the inside for the right-hander at the end of the centre straight, but Riches was not easy for him then, so he just had to tuck himself back in line. And we've got a challenge in towards Wilson by the looks of it. And is Miles Rodman still going to have the lead there? No is the answer. So up into the lead goes Sean Smith, the 21 car. That challenge has suddenly put them back into the clutches of the chasing horde as well. And so that means that Marcus Pett and Cy Haraway are with them. Now, what of the fight behind? That was John Mickle and Will Gibson, 57. They're about to go side by side by the looks of it. Still, the chrome one has the nod of John Mickle as they go towards Agostini. But out front, it is Sean Smith, 21, that just about has it for Miles Rudman. Jack Parker in 3rd. The 79 car of Marcus Pett in 4th position. And then just sat behind them in 5th is Cy Haraway. Remember, he is it. Miles Rudman dives up the inside in towards Oggy. A great move there for the right-hander. That suddenly brought Jack Parker into play as well, because the exit was compromised for both of those cars as they were sort of battling so hard with each other. Jack Parker's hoping to carry that speed onto the Bentley straight and try to take it all the way down and maybe make a lunge by the time he gets down to Brundle and Nelson. At the moment, he's got the grandstand seat as he goes down. Oh, he was possibly reeling in. Talk about grandstand seat, Lee. You lot down there are going to see them arrive in 3 wide as they turn left. Then they've got a funnel, single file just about. John Mickle and Will Gibson to close in on them.
No, they're not, and we talked about this many times yesterday, because the hole is so important here on this long circuit and these Legends cars. It's very much a question of where they are and at what point in the race they're at that point.
John Mickle's pulled off. I just noticed that he wasn't there with Will Gibson as they came into our sight, and I've seen a car just stop at the end of the Bentley straight, so the chrome number 4 car is out. We said that something wasn't right. It's certainly shown it there. So sadly, John Mickle is out of this race. That is a sad demise of the multiple champion. But this fight continues down towards Wilson. Goodness me, it is just about Miles Rudman from Jack Parker and everybody else basically just behind them. Those two have made, by Legends standards, a mini breakaway. Jack Parker looking towards the inside. They're on their penultimate lap already. 6 laps is all that these guys get in these shorter races. So it is really sprint racing at its absolute best.
Who would you rather be at this point in the race, Jack Parker or Miles Rudman?
Jack Parker. You don't want to be the one in the front. I mean, it's just brutal, isn't it? You know that you're going to be the sitting duck. You've got a whopping great big target on the back of your car.
I think we'll remember this weekend very much for the hole in the air, not just for Legends racing, but also for Formula One as well. It's been quite a weekend of talking about slipstreaming effect, and as they make their way now out of Oggy's and up towards Williams, Jack Parker does not want to be the one to make the move at this point, but we spoke to him yesterday about him jinking out from behind when he was having a very, very close battle with Will Gibson, and then jinking back in, not making the move, but just going back in. And he was talking about the necessity to cool the engine, because when you're running so close behind another car, that's when the airflow into the engine is not quite as good as it should be.
Taking the fight to the Gibson car just ahead of him, so whatever the issue seems good. Oh, we've got a couple of spinners there through for him, and they've exited stage left. That to me looks like possibly the number 5, and we've got a blow up on the start finish straight, or is it damage to one of the tyres? That's the 83 Cy Haraway car, down with smoke pouring off. Surely that's got to be tyres or bodywork. Now he spins, and hopefully he's not dropping anything. He's just suddenly spun on his own sort of doing there.
Did he do a double spin?
Oh, now more of them are spinning at the end of the straight. I got a horrible feeling that smoke was is dropping some fluid down, and somebody's just gone straight on, possibly 31 Fountain, or was it 74 King that just went rejoined, but that was smoke pouring off. And I think somebody's just stopped on the straight heading up towards Wilson up there. I would imagine that's Cy Haraway, but he didn't slow down the straight, did he?
No, and then did a double spin and continued on his way, which was incredibly impressive. They are on the final lap, aren't they? So
they are.
So down the Bentley Straight, the
Cy Haraway has disappeared. So it is stopped, yeah, and he's out of the car. You can just see a driver out there with some smoke coming out, so a real shame. Miles Rudman has the lead. Jack Parker's now fallen into the clutches of the number 21 car of Sean Smith, and just sort of taking a watching brief for a moment is the Marcus Pett number 79 car. Then we've got a gap before we've got Will Gibson. Of course, that pushes Gibson up into 5th position now. Nathan Anthony up into 6th in that Chavan that we absolutely love. First for Van's been the sponsor, and it is, of course, a Chavan they've got there. Down we go for the final time. The Bentley Straight, that looked like a challenge was mounting down towards the bridge, and Brundle and Nelson, are we going to get side by side? Yes, we are, but Jack Parker has to slot himself back into that 2nd place. Just about has the lead. Sean Smith and Pett just sat there in 4th, still very much together. Only 3 of them are going to be on the podium positions, and it's going to be in towards Coram we come, and looking to make a move just yet, but surely it's towards Coram. That's what Nathan Lund, not quite. Just trying to take the fastest line through, because it's going to be all about this drag race towards the line for the final time, the checkered flag. And as it stands at the moment, it's Jack Parker trying to make a challenge, Miles Rudman trying to make sure there is no gap, and Miles Rudman takes it in the number 7 car, just ahead of 13 Jack Parker. Sean Smith, number 21, does complete the podium, with just behind him our pole sitter Marcus